Hello, my dear students. I welcome to all of you to this session of fluid mechanics. Dear students, you know that last few classes I have taken and where the introduction part and fluid static, also fluid kinematic part was discussed. So you know this is a very important subject for your BTech mechanical students. This is a core subject fluid mechanics. The paper code is ME303 and this paper is dedicated to BTech second year, credit for total lecture 36. So last class I discussed about the kinematics of fluid flow. Today we will be discussing about the dynamics of fluid flow. Okay, so you know that it is coming under module 2 dynamics of fluid flow, very important chapter. So but before this discussion, let us see that that means let us see that this is the YouTube channel DM Study Center. You can connect me here. All the video lecture will be uploaded here. For PDF and notes, you can join my Telegram channel DM Study Center official. This is my Facebook page and email ID and contact number. Any kind of query, and for the newcomer student who want to admit for admission purpose, you can join, you can call me or you can WhatsApp me here. Myself Dhiraj Mondal, Assistant Professor, JIS College of Engineering. I would like to say that JIS College of Engineering is the uh, biggest engineering college and the biggest group in the Eastern India, and you know that the first engineering college of India where the flip class is initiated, and through this digital mode all the lecture has been taken. It is taken by all our faculty members in this pandemic situation. So I would like to thank JIS College of Engineering for this great initiative. Any kind of query related to admission, you can email here. Okay, this is the email ID. You can visit our official website, and this number is for admission purpose. Okay, so before wasting time, that means let us discuss what we will be discussing today. We will be discussing about the dynamics of fluid flow. So what do you mean by dynamics of fluid flow? Basically, in the kinematics of fluid flow, what we have seen that the study of fluid without considering the force causing the flow. Okay, but here basically in this chapter we will be talking about the velocity acceleration of a fluid flow, but also we will be talking about the cause of flow. That means by the help of which force the particular fluid is flowing. Okay, so dynamics of fluid flow is the study of fluid motion with the forces causing the flow. Here basically it is written, you can say, when the study of fluid flow in the study of fluid motion with the forces causing the flow. So how the forces, that means you can say, that means by the help of some gravitational force, by the help of some pressure force, the particular fluid is flowing. Okay, basically by the help of Newton's law, second law of motion, we can say that because of the inertia force the particular fluid is flowing, and all this will be discussed. So first of all, you have to know the Euler's equation motion, because it is very important. From this Euler's equation of motion the Bernoulli's equation will be derived. Okay, so first of all, you know the second law of motion. According to Newton's second law of motion, the net force Fx, let us consider Fx is the force along x-axis. The net force Fx acting on a fluid element in the direction of x is equal to mass of the fluid into acceleration along that direction. So acceleration along that direction means along x-axis. Okay, so ultimately you can see the fx is equal to, we can write fx is equal to, we can write m into a. Okay, so that is the force into acceleration, that is your inertia force. Okay, now when the fluid is flowing through a passage, let us consider the fluid is flowing from this, through this pipe. Okay, now when the fluid is flowing, there may be lot of force acting on the fluid. Okay, so that we have to analyze here. So there may be some gravitational force, there may be some pressure force, there may be some viscous force, there may be some turbulent force, there may be some compressibility force. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So listen very carefully. If I am talking about the gravitational force, then it is what? M into G, mass into acceleration due to gravity. If I am talking about the pressure force, then it is equal to pressure is equal to force per unit area, so P into A. If I am talking about viscous force, so due to viscosity there may be some force exerted on the fluid. Okay, so due to viscosity, you know that tau is equal to mu into du by dy. Du by dy, this mu is equal to dynamic viscosity. Du is the velocity difference and y is the distance. Tau is what? Viscous stress, shear stress due to viscosity. This shear stress due to viscous stress is equal to viscous force by area. So viscous force is equal to what we can write? Mu into A into du by dy. So this is all about the viscous force. That means how much viscous force applying on the fluid? Mu into A into du by dy. Okay, where du by dy is also called rate of change of shear strain. Okay, now if I am talking about that, similarly if I am talking about the turbulent force, then due to turbulent, you know the laminar flow and turbulent flow. Laminar flow is that type of flow where the fluid particle is flowing through a well defined path, and one layer of the fluid is gliding over another adjacent layer, and it is very smooth flow. The fluid is flowing very smoothly, so that we can neglect the losses, or we can say there is very less amount of frictional dissipation, frictional loss will be there. Okay, but in case of turbulent flow, the fluid particle is flowing through it is following a zigzag way, so that one layer of the fluid is collapsing or colliding over another adjacent layer, and because of that there may be some frictional dissipation, and after that some eddies formation will be there, and the loss of pressure, lot of pressure will be lost because of that turbulent flow. Okay, so because of that particular, you will see that the pressure energy will be converted into heat energy, so in case of turbulent flow. If I am talking about the compressible flow, so compressibility, you know that when the fluid is compressed, that means it is a confined space, and through this piston the fluid is flowing compressed. So we know that compressibility means how much the fluid is getting compressed. Okay, so by the help of bulk modulus, you can compare the bulk modulus is the change of pressure by volumetric efficiency. Okay, so change of pressure by volume, how much volume is shrink del V by del V, volumetric strain, volumetric strain means del V by V. So how much volume is changing. So by the help of compressibility you can say the nature of the fluid, the how much it is compressible in nature, so that we can calculate. So because of and this Fc is the force due to compressibility. So these are the force which are acting on the fluid when it is flowing. In case of water, there may be less, that means negligible amount of compressible flow. But in case of gas, you can say there is a large amount of compressible flow. Okay, compressible force. But as you know that fluid is incompressible in nature, that is why you can say that like this. So the force Fx can be written as Fg plus Fp plus Fv plus Ft plus Fc. So these are the resultant force, total net force which is acting on a fluid body when it is flowing through a particular direction like x. Okay. Now this is the general formula that you have to remember. That means when it will be asked that how many force acting on a fluid when it is flowing from one point to another point, there may be 5 force. One is your gravitational force, pressure force, viscous force, turbulent force, and compressibility, force due to compressibility. Okay. Now if the force due to compressibility is negligible, I already have said that if it is water, water is basically incompressible in nature, fresh water. Now if it is water, then the density is not going to change, because volume, that means rho is equal to m by v. So you will be seen that the water is compressible in nature, so that we can say that we can neglect that Fc. So the resulting force will be written Fx is equal to Fg plus Fp plus Fv plus Ft along x-axis. Clear? So this equation, when after deducting this Fc, what about the equation we are getting? That equation is called Reynolds equation of motion. Very, very important. So that may be a MCQ question for your exam point of view. Which one is correct in case of Reynolds equation of motion? Then Fx is equal to Fg plus Fp plus Fv plus Ft. Or you can say that neglecting Fc, if I am neglecting Fc, we will be getting Reynolds equation of motion. For the flow where Ft, let us consider the fluid is laminar in nature, the flow is laminar in nature. So for the flow where Ft is negligible, the resultant equation of motion are known as Navier-Stokes equation. So Navier-Stokes equation here basically when Ft will be negligible. Okay. So this is called Navier. So at that time Fx is equal to Fg plus Fp plus Fv. Now if the viscous force also we are taking negligible or 0, then the equation what we are getting, that is equal to Fx is equal to Fg plus Fp. So only we are getting what? We are getting Fx is equal to Fg plus Fp along x-axis, and this equation is very, very important for your upcoming exam, because this equation is known as Euler's equation of motion. And this Euler's equation of motion, the derivation is also very, very important. So Euler's equation of motion, let us discuss about the Euler's equation of motion. Euler's equation of motion. So in the Euler's equation of motion, the total force is taken into consideration Fg plus Fp. So only for pressure force and gravitational force is taken into consideration, and all the discussion we will be discussing all the how it is the fluid flow is behaving, and what about the relation, what are the equation, okay, we are obtaining. Okay, so let us discuss about the Euler's equation of motion. The Euler's equation of motion, in which the force due to gravity Fg and force due to pressure Fp are taken into consideration, and this is derived by considering the motion of the fluid element along the streamline. So this is the fluid and it is flowing along a streamline. So when it is flowing through this through this line, a particular streamline S, you can see, then we can say, here you can see, is this is a figure and the particular fluid is flowing like this, then we can easily say that this fluid, when it is flowing along along streamline S, then we can easily say that there may be some pressure force in this phase, which is basically a driving force, and this force is by the help of this force the fluid is moving forward. In other words, we can say there may be some pressure force acting on in this direction, in this phase, so that, because in this phase there may be some pressure force which will be acting in the negative direction, that means in the opposite direction of the flow. If I am considering the particular fluid is having some weight, so because of that weight, or mass, there may be some mass into acceleration mg, force due to gravitation, and you know that as it is making an angle theta with respect to base, so this angle will be theta. Clear? This distance is your ds, and this is your theta, so this is your ds, and this I have taken dz. Clear? Now let us discuss that in this phase what is the pressure force. You know that pressure is equal to force per unit area, so pressure force in this phase is equal to P into dA, because we have considered that small cross sectional area is your dA. So pressure force P into dA is basically driving force, which is by the help of that force the particular fluid is moving forward. So in this phase we are getting P into dA. Am I right? Now in the phase here, in this phase, what we are experiencing or what we are getting, the some force, but as it is traveling through this distance ds, so what we can write, P pressure force plus, I don't know whether it is this is that this equation is coming from Taylor's equation of del P by del S, Taylor's equation of motion, del P by del S into ds into dA. How we can write? Because you know that for del P pressure difference, let us consider when it is traveling through this way, there is some del P amount of pressure is pressure difference is experienced. Now if del P pressure difference is there and the particular space is your ds, del S, okay, for del P amount of pressure difference we are getting del S amount of space difference. Okay, so for unity del S by so एक minute, just take, for del S we are getting del P, for 1 we are getting del P by del S, for ds we are getting del p by del s into ds. Okay, so these are the different, these are the changes which we have got because of this. When as the fluid is traveling from this phase to this phase, this is the change of pressure what we have got. So that is why it is written here, the pressure force del p plus del p by del s into ds into da, opposite to the direction of flow, because it is acting in the reverse direction, isn't it? Now if it is clear, then we can proceed. The force, this force is clear, 1 force 2, it is also clear. Now due to weight of the element, for that means weight of the fluid element, weight, you know that it is equal to what, m into g, that is your weight, and m is equal to what, rho into v. So rho into v into g. Now v is equal to what, v is equal to area into, that means dA into ds. Am I right? How we can calculate area? Sorry, volume. Volume is equal to area, cross sectional area into the ds. So ultimately this is the weight of the element, rho into g into dA into ds. Am I right? So this is the weight which will be acting downward, vertically downward. So here in this diagram you can see this is the weight which is acting vertically downward. In this figure you can say, you can easily see the rho into that means rho into g into d into ds. So this is the weight which is acting vertically downward, and it is making an angle theta. So in this phase rho into dA, this is your p into dA, in this phase p plus del p by del s into ds into dA, and this is the distance traveling through this pipe. Okay, so ds, and this is your dz, vertical distance. Okay, now come to the point, Euler's equation of motion. Now if I am just the resultant force I am taking, okay, so resultant force, what is theta? Theta is the angle between the direction of flow and the line of action of the weight of the element. Okay, now the resultant force on the fluid element in the direction of s direction must be equal to the mass of fluid element and acceleration, because what you can see, the after balancing this force, that means some force is acting in this direction, some force is acting in the reverse direction, some force is acting in this direction. So because of this theta, there may be some vertical component, there may be some horizontal component, whatever. So after balancing this all this force, you will be getting some inertia, so that the fluid is, particular fluid is moving forward. Am I right? So what I want to say, that after resolving all this force, there must be some extra amount of force which is basically driving that particular water to a particular place. Otherwise the water will be in a static position, na? So if the water is flowing, so that there must be some energy inside the water, that energy drives the water into drives the water to take it in a different place. Okay, so that what we can write, p into dA, that is positive, minus p plus del p by del s into ds into dA, that is negative. Now minus, why it is minus? Because it is acting downward. So as it is acting downward weight, so that the motion is in the upward, towards the upward, so that we can negative this one, then minus this one. Okay, so rho g dA into ds into cos theta. Why I have written cos theta? Because we have to take cos component, because you can say this is making an angle theta. So with respect to this, that means the ds cos theta. Why I have written ds cos theta? Because you know that is your theta, this is your dz, this is your ds. Okay, so you know that cos theta is equal to what? Cos theta is equal to base by hypotenuse, dz by ds. So what we have to take? We have to take dz. So dz is equal to ds cos theta. Am I right? So this is the component of weight element, weight. Okay, now you can see it is equal to what? This is the total resultant force, net force after balancing. Okay, so this is your plus, this is minus, this is also minus. It should be equal to mass of the fluid into acceleration along s direction. So mass is what? Rho into dA into ds, because rho into v is equal to mass, and a is the acceleration. I think it is clear. Now come to the derivation, next derivation. You can see a is what? A is the acceleration along x-axis. Now a can be written as dv dt, because rate of change of velocity is called acceleration. Now if I am differentiating dv dt, so we can write del v del s into ds dt plus del v del t, because it is what? Total is your convective acceleration, and this is your local acceleration del v del t. So that I have discussed last class in the kinematics of fluid flow. So del v by del s with respect to space and with respect to time, whenever we are going to, so remember, keep it in your mind in fluid mechanics, all whenever we are talking about the acceleration and all this, we have to differentiate with respect to time, with respect to space also. So del v by del s into ds dt plus del v by del t is equal to as, that is your acceleration along s axis. So ds dt is what? This is equal to v, ds dt is equal to v na. So v into dv ds plus del v del t, so this is equal to as. So I think it is clear how we have got as is equal to v into dv ds plus del v. Now in case of a steady flow, steady flow is that type of flow where the basically when the it is the fluid function, it is fluid characteristic, it is not changing with time. So del v by del t is equal to 0. Okay, so the fluid is flowing, it is not it is independent of time. With respect to time, it is not going to change. So this is your steady flow. So del v by del t is equal to 0 in case of steady flow. In case of unsteady flow, it should not be 0. Okay, so the del v by del t is equal to 0. So the equation what we have got, as is equal to, so we are considering this flow is your steady flow. Okay, you know that steady flow, unsteady flow, uniform flow, non-uniform flow, laminar flow, turbulent flow, compressible flow, incompressible flow, rotational flow, irrotational flow. Okay, then your one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional flow, that was discussed in the kinematics of fluid flow. Whenever in the last the link will be given to you. You just, if you have not seen that lecture, it is already available in my YouTube channel. Okay, types of flow, kinematics of fluid flow, the topic is your types of flow and kinematics of fluid flow. Okay, so you can avail that lecture so that it will be clear what is the steady flow. Okay, so it is the final equation, A is equal to v into del v by del s. Now put the value of as in the previous equation. What is the previous equation? This is the previous equation. Okay, so in this equation we have to put the value. So put the value. So minus del v by del s rho g dA ds cos theta rho dA ds d into del v by del s, because you know that this part and this part will be cancelled out. Now see here, this is the final, this is the equation what we have got. Now if I am just dividing rho into ds dA, this part will be eliminated. So ultimately what we are getting, del p by rho del s plus g into cos theta. Why we have written cos theta? Because when you are just when you are dividing by rho into ds into dA, then we are getting this equation. Okay, so del p by del s plus g into cos theta plus v into del v del s is equal to 0. So this is the equation what I have got getting. Just simplify that equation, you will be getting Euler's equation of motion. How? Because cos theta is equal to dz by ds. You know, from this equation, from this triangle, cos theta is equal to, I can write dz by ds. So 1 by rho del p by del s plus g into dz by del ds plus v into dv by ds is equal to 0. Only just I am replacing the value of cos theta, ds by dz by ds. So here basically what we are getting, del p by, if I am just eliminating del ds from every point, from every figure, here you can see the del dp by p g into dz plus v dv is equal to 0. Okay, so ultimately the final equation what we are getting, dp by rho plus dz g into dz plus dv. So if I am talking about the Euler's equation of motion, then dp by rho plus g into dz, again I am writing dp by rho plus g into dz plus v into dv is equal to 0. So this is the Euler's equation of motion. This equation is very important for your exam point of view. Derive the Euler's equation of motion, and or it can be asked how we can get the Bernoulli's equation of motion from the Euler's equation. If I am integrating this equation, we will be getting Bernoulli's equation of motion. How it is coming, let us see. So this is the equation, Euler's equation of motion. Now if I am integrating this equation, we will be getting Bernoulli's equation of motion. So this is the p by rho plus gz plus v square by 2g, or p by rho g plus v square by 2g plus z is equal to constant. This is the Bernoulli's equation of motion. Next class we will be discussing about the Bernoulli's equation of motion and its application. So I hope it is clear. So basically this is the end of the lecture. Next class we will be discussing about the Bernoulli's equation of motion. And before finishing this lecture, let us discuss again you have to, what I have discussed, that lecture, that what I have discussed, it is basically what I have discussed, it is it should be it is your assignment, and you have to submit this assignment to this given mail. This is the mail ID. Okay, any kind of query you can ask me in the comment section. Okay, any kind of query you can ask me in the comment section, and once you have completed the lecture, you can write done sir. Okay, any kind of query you can ask, I will be coming to you by taking a doubt clearing class. So all the PDF will be uploaded in the Telegram channel and the DMA Study Center. Don't forget to subscribe my channel to get everyday notification. You have to press the bell icon. Okay, and before ending this video, I would like to say that admission is open in JS College of Engineering. In case you want to get admission in mechanical engineering department, you can contact this number. This is the mail ID of the admission cell. So I hope it is the lecture will be benefited for you. Thank you for listening. Jai Hind.